An unknown author once wrote, "Some people dream of success, while others wake up and work hard at it." The early days of the automotive industry were a prime example of this type of work ethic. It took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to achieve success. But once they did it, it made a huge impact on the American consumer and society in general. World War II was another example, as people from all walks of life came together to make a difference in the field of battle and back home, where every ounce of effort was needed to support our fighting troops and keep the American dream alive. Moving into the modern age, hard work was once again at the core of success, as we have seen the evolution of transportation, communication, computer technology, and medicine, to name a few. This same type of work ethic has been a part of Lincoln Technical Institute's core since it opened its doors in 1946. For 65 years, Lincoln has worked hard to make a difference in the lives of its students, its employees, the industry, and even within its neighboring communities. Lincoln made a difference in the very beginning, as it recognized that soldiers returning from World War II were going to need jobs and would need to be retrained. Lincoln has always been about the American dream, and the impact was significant, as they not only gave the returning soldiers a critical outlet back into the American workforce, but it also proved to be a launching pad to 65 years of success. As the American dream has changed over those 65 years, Lincoln has changed with it, adapting its curriculum to meet the demands of evolving industries. Today, Lincoln has expanded into a wide range of professional programs and is making a difference in the lives of students across the country.
There's a real family atmosphere here. We work very well together. 32 instructors here that any one of them could go to any other instructor, get whatever support or help he needs. We could go on to the admissions or administrative side and never have any issue with anyone giving you help where you need it.
Communities are built upon the strength of those that live in them, and there are communities everywhere that depend on hard-working, upstanding citizens. Many of those citizens are Lincoln graduates who have achieved and are continuing to achieve success. But it wouldn't be possible without the hard work and dedication of Lincoln's employees. Whether it's the instructors, support services, or corporate leadership, everyone at Lincoln is making a difference in the lives of its students. Culinary graduate Keisha Cave is a primary example of how Lincoln not only made a difference for a student, but how her training has impacted an entire community.
My City Kitchen, it's a recreational culinary program. It's an after-school program for children 6 to 17 years old, and we teach them basic cooking skills. Since we've been open, over 150 kids come through the program. We have kids from the Boys and Girls Club, Beat the Street program.
Keisha came to the Boys and Girls Club, and she presented this idea that she had for My City Kitchen, and I thought it was a tremendous idea, and the relationship just built from there.
I gotta cook?
Yeah, let's cook.
Okay.
My City Kitchen and Keisha are a member of the Greater Meriden Chamber of Commerce. Been a member since the day she came into town. When Keisha comes into town, you know Keisha's come into town.
Yeah, she gave me a call and said, "Mayor, I'm in town. I've got this program to help combat childhood obesity. I'd like to come talk to you." So she came into my office. In the first 30 seconds, I knew she was for real. She had a passion about her, a spark, and a plan. What's cooking today, guys?
Kids who are coming to this program, they come in my office all the time and they ask, "When are we going to cooking? When are we going to cooking?" It's constant.
So all they do is just concentrate strictly on the cooking and the ingredients and why is it healthy for them.
I think it's meant a lot. Keisha has not only taken children off the streets and giving them activities to do after school, but she's incorporated parents in a child's learning. Children now have the access to go home and teach their parents something.
They say sometimes one person can make a difference, but I'm not trying to change the whole world. I'm just trying to make an impact in my community. I struggled so long trying to figure out what I need to do in my life, and come to find out cooking and working with kids, that's my goal, that's my passion, and that's my purpose in life.
I was here when they gave awards out for kids who'd lost 12 and 15 pounds, and they couldn't be more proud of themselves. So I've seen it on their faces, and it's one of the best things we've had going here in Meriden.
Keisha has done a fabulous job of taking all that she's learned and shared that education, shared the knowledge, and shared that passion.
It all starts with Keisha Cave, and she's really tapped into something. And my city kitchen would be a great fit in any community.
I think she's doing a great thing. I think definitely teaching kids healthy eating habits and nutrition and understanding their foods and where they come from. Keisha makes it very clear to the kids that not only is this a chance to learn to cook, but it's an educational experience.
This is my dream come true. Basically, this was just the one thing that I always wanted to do, was go back to culinary school, and I'm fulfilling my dream, and it's because of Lincoln Culinary Institute. And I believe in a few years, because I've been getting phone calls, that we will have My City Kitchen in different parts of the United States.
For Louis Castro, Lincoln's impact came in the way of support from the Mahwah, New Jersey campus, as he found out that his grandmother was gravely ill.
By looking at his resume, I could see that he was a very hard worker and very dedicated. But he had kind of kept a lid on the personal aspects of it. Honestly, once I found that out, I kind of drew a close parallel to him. And I think we became even closer at that point.
He was working hard all day long, coming to school at night, visiting his family in the hospital, and he never gave up once.
I don't know how I made it, honestly. I don't know how I did it, working 60 hours, 70 hours a week, where I was working at that time, then coming to school every night, and it was hard. It was hard.
His grandmother was ill that he lived with, and he had to take some time off to take care of her. We discussed it, and I saw that he had the intelligence to make it.
She was in the hospital for like 3 months. I was coming to school, work, then school, then travel to New York every night until the date that she passed away.
I've always thought that one of the greatest things about Lincoln is the fact that there are so many different people here to mentor the students. They typically find someone like Louis did, you know, with Mr. Kent, and finding a mentor, if you will, to help see them through.
That attitude, the mental strongness, toughness, whatever you want to call it, that, you know, that's what you want in a student. That when they ask for that help, that's the kind of student that you bend over backwards and want help.
It took me a while to get back on track, but I made it, and I put myself into it, a lot of determination, and everything happened.
You want to go out of your way to help somebody who wants this as badly as we want them to have it. So a lot of the instructors felt the same way about him, and where necessary, they pitched in to get him the help he needed.
Louis was very persistent on working at Prestige Motors, and his persistence and his grades, attendance, his attitude and appearance ultimately is what got him the position.
I was very excited. I wasn't waiting for it, because there was a lot of guys that were looking for that job, for that position too.
Oh, it was extremely exciting to see Louis get the job at Prestige. After seeing all the work that he put into his resume and his career path in terms of building this portfolio, it was a very good day, a very happy day.
It gives me great pride when a student ultimately achieves the goal that they came to Lincoln to achieve.
If I wouldn't come up to Lincoln Tech, I don't know what I would be doing right now. I can't do anything else. I love working on cars.
For Maite Roman, it was a riches to rags, back to riches story. Lincoln played a huge role in Maite's life, but it was an unexpected path, as she was living on top of the world before her life changed.
I was doing corporate sales and events and marketing. It was kind of like Sex in the City. You know, high heels, cigarette in one hand, coffee in the other, bag hanging here, cell phone on the other. When the recession hit, everything just spiraled out of control. I lost everything. I hit rock bottom when I got evicted from my home. Because of the eviction, my kids had to stay with their dad until I got everything in my life settled. My kids were the reason why I had done a lot of stuff, and it was hard. Yeah, it was hard.
I think when Maite came to us, she was at a very, it was a very tough time in her life. She was living with her friends and didn't have her children with her, and, you know, was having a lot of financial difficulty.
I remembered for 6 years I had been looking into Lincoln Tech's program. So I come in, very excited man, rich. He's just very motivating, and he does the presentation, and I'm sitting there like, yeah, I want this. Yeah, me, I want it.
Maite's struggles continued even after starting classes at Lincoln. But Maite's determination, along with the support she received from Lincoln's Lucy Gautreaux, kept her moving forward.
Lucy's support was so important to me. I love her dearly. I mean, when see now you're gonna get me emotional, because I really suffered through a lot.
Well, unfortunately, there was an episode, somebody broke into her car. You know, they stole her books. I think they thought it was something else. So I did have to go to the executive director at the time, but we did get her books.
She did bend over backwards. She doesn't know that
She needed some help food-wise, so we had to help her in the food pantry. Lincoln Tech does have a food pantry that we get filled by other students, you know, donations and faculty and staff.
I was just some student. She had like 125 students. You know, you're going to stop your life and bend over backward for the one.
You have to absolutely love what you do here, and I think Lincoln does provide or have that type of staff and faculty in place to provide that knowledge and, you know, growing with them.
Maite's passion and drive led to an exciting and very emotional graduation day. And then her new career as a pediatric home care nurse began soon after.
Linda Van Blarkum in Career Services was so key, you know, helping her at that end, you know, at the end, finding work so quickly for her. I think she placed her in the right position or with the right company.
Maite came to me and said that her passion was going to be working with pediatrics. So right from then, I just start pulling that from them and start educating them about how to look for those positions and how to market that resume and how to sell herself.
I'm doing home care, and in home care, you have to be confident in what you know. And I'm confident in that Lincoln Tech gave me everything that I needed to know.
She has her own place now. Her children are living with her again, and she has money to get around.
She didn't let anything stand in her way, and we were there for her and kind of led her through, and she still continues to keep giving back to us. She's a remarkable person.
I just want people to know that there is a possibility to redo your life and make it something better, more fulfilling, and something that would help somebody else in their, you know, struggles or trouble that they may be going through.
These 3 graduates are just a small example of how you, every Lincoln employee, is making a difference in the lives of students and helping them pursue the American dream.
Students come back and tell us that they're so happy they came to Lincoln Tech. They wouldn't have gotten the job without us and what they learned here and what we did for them.
Lincoln Tech did make a big difference in my life, put me on a path to a good career.
Without Lincoln, things might have been a lot different. I might still be at the same dead-end job.
Lincoln Tech is the place there where I wanted to be to actually pursue my dreams.
It's a great experience. You're around a whole bunch of people. You meet friends that become basically like family.
My mom was excited. She's like, I'm working, I'm doing good. I'm making more money than she is, but
I think that foundation that I got at Lincoln Tech and the support that I've gotten from not only when I was in school and actually in the classes right up and through while I was working in the industry has definitely been instrumental in my career, and I'm always thankful for that.
I highly appreciated what Lincoln Tech has done for me. Without them, I don't even think that I would be able to follow my dreams and be where I'm at today.
No matter how small the contribution, every Lincoln employee is critical to the success of these students, the company, and the industry.
Lincoln is my success story.
Lincoln Tech is my success story.
Lincoln 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 is my success story.